Alright guys, so it started. I'm working on the bench seat for the Jeep, and right now I got this little pilot hole drilled. As you can see, I got this little stud here, and I'm not able to get the board flush, so I was able to drill me a little pilot hole. So I'm gonna be able to stick that right on there and lay the board down flush. I was just gonna do bolts, and then that'll go in there just like that. But I was gonna do bolts and bolt it down, but this has already got a wood floor and it's solid. So I just got some wood deck screws, and we're just gonna build it like we're building a bench on a deck. So, anyways, let me get started screwing this down, and then I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna frame this thing out. Okay, so it's getting late, but I finally figured out how I wanted my seat angled. I have enough room here to put another piece on the front and kind of go flush straight down in the crack there all the way in the front. And I'm gonna pretty much mock up a piece to go all the way over the center of the console, and yeah, to the other side. And now I'm able to get my back corners the right angle, so I can get those measured out now and put those on there. So it's coming along. So
the next day.
Alright guys, so this is where I'm at with the bench seat. I got it in there, mocked up. I still got a lot of work to do. I've got some epoxy resin on the way. I'm going to do the whole thing, epoxy resin it, paint it. I still got to get some cushions for it. Haven't figured that out yet. I do need to fill in the sides. I'm going to fill in the sides here and come down. And then, of course, I'm going to do the front, and I'll probably do the back as well with another sheet and close it all in. And then I'm going to do a round over like I have on my windows, and hopefully it'll still be really loud and windy. I can't really test any SPL yet because I haven't changed my door yet, and I'm losing so much pressure right here out the window. Kind of really hard to do any SPL testing yet, but like I said, once I get it thing in there, get it all epoxied and hardened, I'm gonna close it all in and paint it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna do what I want to do. Pretty sure it's still gonna be just as loud, if not louder. I gotta get my multimeter out the port there, but yeah, it's gonna be a way to have 3 people demos at shows, you know. So as far as the meter goes, I don't really care if I win anymore. I've already won first for ACCL, first Florida State, and third for World Finals. So I've accomplished my goal with this budget build, to be as loud as the big boys for way less budget. So, but anyways, I'm gonna keep you guys updated. It's Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna go ahead and work on this later, but stay tuned. Alright guys, so quick little update. This is just setting up there, but I got the one front piece. That was the hardest part, making this little hump over, but I got my wires from my head unit ran underneath, and my bass knobs and all my switches. So I got the front piece on there. I just did it like half and half. I'm gonna put this half on here, but I have it already cut. Like I said, it was a weird odd shape, but I got that cut already, and I got the back on there. I got the back piece for the front on there, and then I just got to cut in a little piece for the sides here to fill them in, and then pretty much be done. And then I just got to do some Bondo filling and stuff like that. I'm gonna fill in all these screw holes here. There's only one in the back showing here. That one will be another one showing once I get it where I need it. But yeah, so it's coming along. Like I said, I got some Bondo, and some sanding pads, everything I need to get it right for paint. So, and I'm gonna try and round over the edges and stuff like that, So I got a lot of work to do, but this is where I'm at. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to get these other pieces cut and secured on there, and then I'll start the process of like bondo and everything. I'll seal in all the joints and basically making it look nice and pretty. And I'm also gonna do a round over on the top of here, like a piece of pipe. So definitely looks like it's gonna be taking up some cabin space, so maybe to get louder. Hopefully I don't have any issues with these bottom 4 subs unloading off the back of the wall, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll play with it and see what happens. So, you know, that's what we do with this shit here. We're just gonna test and tune and play around with it and hopefully gain. So I got the side pretty much in there, glued in, screwed. So not going nowhere now. I just got to pretty much make the same exact cut on the other side, and then I'm gonna cut a little piece to go on the top of this, right in this little V here, and the rest is gonna be just bondo and paint, getting it all right, sanding it, sanding some of the edges, rounding it off, stuff like that. So yep, coming along. So getting closer and closer. Set my tripod up whenever I get ready to sand and everything, but right now I'm just doing a little stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get it boxed out and trimmed out, and then I'll set the tripod up and start sanding on it, get everything right. Heck yeah, brother. Maybe I got some carpentry skills in me after all. I didn't think that little piece was gonna fit, but got her glued in there nice and tight. Heck yeah. Got to do the other side the same way, and then on to bondo. Alright, so quick, I got this side piece in both sides. As you see, the glue is squeezing out. So yeah, so everything's pretty good, boxed off now. Now I just got to, I got a bondo fill like my screw holes and stuff like that, and then pretty much get ready for epoxy. That will be here tomorrow morning, sometime tomorrow afternoon, I don't know, but Amazon's shipping it tomorrow, so I'll be able to go ahead and do that. And I'm also going to do the round over on the top, like I said. So yeah, I'm getting pretty close, and yeah, so we're about to start some bondo and stuff
the next day.
Okay guys, all right. But you know what, the one thing that they didn't give me, something to spread it with. So, but I have just a thing here, a Dollar General gift card that's nothing on it. But all right, so I'm almost to the point where I can't do nothing because it's getting too cold and it's getting dark. You're supposed to be 45 degrees with your mixing. You know, it can't be less than 45 degrees outside, and it's 54 right now, so yeah, I don't have much time. This stuff is not the easiest work with me. I like it better bondo though. Alright guys, so I pretty much got all the rondo down there that I want. And I mean, I'm probably gonna mix a little more up and do these top holes. But so far, it's looking really good. But I'm not gonna do any more tonight because it's getting too cold and too dark. So, yeah.
The next day.
Alright guys, so it is the next day. I got all the rondo down on the seats. I did miss this spot here I gotta get. Alright guys, it's time for some sanding. Now, I don't have a dust mask today, but so we're gonna try to catch most of the dust in there. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I know it's gonna be really dusty in here, but I'm gonna do a lot of cleaning. I wanted to build it outside the Jeep, but I figured it would be easier to build it in the Jeep. Alright, so it's a little rough right there, you can see, but right here is pretty much what we want. Kind of smooth, filling the screw holes and everything, and just, you know, make it look smooth for epoxy. Just takes a little bit of time, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep working on this, but the best thing to do is just go small circular motion like this right here. Go small circle motion until you get it all even and flattened down. You'll see it kind of smooth out and blend together. I might have a little bit of hole there, I gotta fill in a little bit, but yeah, it's not too bad. I'm using 100 grit sandpaper. Yeah, not too bad. This is the same stuff that I use on my my wife's box that I built for her ZV515. Same material, birch and rondo. So it does pretty good together. Alright guys, so I'm pretty much done until I get the epoxy, but I must say this seat's pretty cool. It feels pretty nice. It's solid, so I think it's gonna work out just great. Alright guys, so Amazon's slow, right? But I finally got everything I need for my epoxy. Even got some drop cloths, so I'll be able to cover up the back of the enclosure, or the front of the enclosure to the back, and I'll be able to lay one up here, you know, to keep from getting everything and making a mess, because I know how I am, I'm messy. So got some little squeegee things that we can squirt it out with, mix and stick, and then we got the resin and epoxy hardener, so, and some nice scrapers, so that'd be cool. We can use this maybe on the front, make it thick, but I don't know if I'm gonna use that or not. I got some brushes, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. It's late, but I'm probably not gonna record much. All I gotta do is pretty much mix a 1-to-1 ratio, so I'll probably mix about 1/3 of a cup in each, and start with that, see if I can get enough to go on the back, see how, you know, see how much that goes. I mean, I don't know how much it's going to take per coat, and I got to do 4 hours per coat. I don't want to make too much and not be able to use it, so there's 4 to 10 hours between coats. So, but yeah, temperature's not too bad right now. It's like 60 degrees. It's the lowest it's gonna be tonight. I mean, I'm out here with no jacket on, so should be pretty good. I just gotta mix this slowly for 3 minutes, and then pour it into another cup, and then I'll just take my brushes and apply thin coats. But I gotta get my drop cloth set up and everything on the back and all that. And like I said, I'm not gonna really record too much because it's getting late. I just want to get a coat on here for tonight. All right, so I can see myself, but you can see yourself in the wood. As you can see, there's my phone on the left recording my face, and then I got my wife's phone in my hand. You can see the Sundown Audio logo on the roof, so it's reflecting back, so I must have did something right. Day 4. Guys, I'm getting so close with this seat here. Now the epoxy is already good and hardened. Now there's about an eighth, maybe a quarter inch, about a quarter inch thick all the way along the back there. So everything's nice and smooth. As you can see, it's reflecting. So really nice and strong. I think what I'm going to do though, I'm going to paint it. And I think I have enough epoxy left that once the paint dries next weekend, I'm going to do another layer of epoxy over the paint. Because it actually probably could use a little more on the back. This back's kind of soaked it up pretty good. So I think I'm going to paint it and then do some more epoxy. But I've got plenty of paint. My dad came through with the clutch. This is a budget build, of course, so I don't like spending money. You guys know that. That whole 5-gallon of flat white interior latex wall paint. Just a white base. But this stuff here, it's about $400 to $500 for a 5-gallon of it, and you know, I got it absolutely free. So you can't beat that. And then of course I just picked up some rollers and a pan from Ace Hardware. And then of course I got another one because my wife, she wants to paint the inside of the house, so figured I'll have plenty enough, so she's gonna go ahead and have that little project to do as well. I should have did it before. As soon as I opened this thing, like this stuff was like brown almost, like cream color, but you just gotta stir it up and then it turns white. So but yeah, should work out pretty good. So I've already got the back painted, so I'm just gonna go ahead and work on the front. I'm gonna go ahead and do the top of here, and then work my way towards the seat, and then the front of the seat. is hellabassguy up in here, helping a brother out. Coming out nice though. Look at that seat. Shoo. All right, got the first coat down. It's looking really nice. Looking really nice. Yeah, I think I might epoxy the whole thing again. I think I got enough to do the whole seat again, so yep, looking really good. All right guys, so it's coming out really nice. I got 2 coats on there now. I'm gonna let it sit, and then I'll probably do a couple more coats just to make sure. But yeah, it's all in there, painted up. Now I just got to get some cushions on there. I'm gonna paint this too when I get done. I'm gonna paint this, but I just wanted to wait and get the actual wood painted first. But I've got plenty of paint here. I gotta clean up all these tools that I'm not using now. But yeah, I'm gonna work on that while this is drying. But yeah, it's coming out nice, real nice. I like it a lot. Stay tuned guys, it's almost done. And then at the end of this video, I'll go ahead and test it and throw it on the meter. I'm actually hoping that I'm hoping it gets louder. We'll see. The loudest I ever did before was a 158.8 and the kick at 40 hertz. So we'll see what happens. Also, I'm gonna have to see if this is gonna affect my cabin peak at all. Like, it might not be peaking at 40 now. It might peak higher or lower. So we're gonna have to do some testing, guys. But stay tuned. Almost there. Alright, so my new peak is 35 hertz. It used to be 40. And I'm a little bit quieter, but I believe it's because I got my passenger door strapped, because before it was louder with the door unstrapped. So I think it's just as loud. Maybe my peak just changed. But like I said, that door is strapped, and I normally don't run it strapped because it seems louder with a little flex, but it's too much because it's still broken. But I'm still a 58, so it's still good.